There we go. We are live now. Yes, we are. Just let me make sure the stream's health and all is good. Okay, looks good, looks good. Okay, let's just hope that my voice is as good I'm expecting it to be since I left off from the last time. All right, let's go. Oji, do I have you with me?
Anytime, brother. On Discord in your heart as well.
Oh, okay, no homo. All right, let's go. We are live and we have people waiting in for us for the match to start. I'm actually pretty excited about today's match since it is Nether Gaming versus Mercenaries. Let's see
Just
what.
give me 1 second.
Sure, sure. Take your time. We still have a little while to start. We're just waiting on the audience to join in on the stream. Then we'll begin with the match. All right, all right. Oh, there we go. We have the whole squad ready and we are live into the game. Going great. Looks good. Cannot hear the. Maybe the desktop audio is muted.
All right. Let's see what big bans are gonna come out, and I think I'd expect standard banning at this point. We did see Lion get banned a lot of times. They did ban the Buck, who is, I'd say, a decent ban considering what maps they're gonna be playing. The first being Coastline, obviously. I think I'd expect maybe a
Okay.
glass ban along with maybe a bandit ban. What do you
This is
think?
going to be. I think the some reception issues. Anyway, we're back live again. I think these are all targeted bans that we're looking into. Can you, OG? Can you hear the end-game sound of what's coming in?
Well, I don't think so. I don't use sound for casting anyway. It's just much more peaceful when you have your voice to
All right.
yourself when you cast.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Well, they have banned the Valk, who I'd say has not been picked all that much this tournament. We don't see people appreciating the Valk enough. And when you have a Valk, you need to stress on the importance of information that you do gather. Once you get these Valk camps in a few good positions here and there, it really helps enable those rumors you have, those calves, the vigil. They can make amazing moves given the information that the Valk cam can provide. But it obviously needs to be in the hand of a good and a great Valk player. And the Mira ban out finally, and hell, this is a Mira map. Hell, Glass
Very
and Mira
much.
are two really good heroes when it comes to Coastline. So they are gonna be banned, obviously, along with the Buck and the Valk, who might be just preference or targeted bans.
I think the bug ban came out to eliminate any sort of vertical gameplay that'll be. And as I speak about it, we have a sledge
That's
incoming.
sledge.
Because according to the developing meta that's been happened recently on the map coastline specifically, I think vertical gameplay has become so important because the defenders are starting to favor the kitchen site more. So mostly they prefer to go first to penthouse and then they go think of going to kitchen instead of hookah. Which, as I speak of, we'll be seeing a hookah come out in the first pick itself from the defenders. Maybe they're trying to outplay the attackers. Maybe they're trying to outplay mercenaries, thinking that okay, let's get this little, mediocre, a little tough, a little easy on the site out, and then fight them on maps. I mean, on sites that we are comfortable with. So I think this was a targeted play against the mercenaries. Let's see how it works out for Optical Sports.
Well, whom do you favor in this lineup? I mean, in this matchup, do you favor Optical or Mercenaries? Because personally, according to me, I think from what I've seen of Mercenaries, I'd say they are the much better team. And I don't say much better, but they're the better team and they're much betterly recognized.
Yes, I would actually have to agree with you on that because Mercenaries has been practicing together from a really long time. So they have a good rapport going on over there compared to Nether Gaming. But far as I know, Nether Gaming, they've got good players out on their lineup, and I think this is going to be a neck-to-neck fight, and I think it's much needed, especially well, if you ask me, I need this map. I need this match to go on well. I want that healthy competition come in. See some good gameplays. Probably some make it to the way to the highlights. Some clips from here. So let's see what this match has to offer us.
And
And
we surprisingly have a castle picked up from the side of the defenders. And what do you think of the castle pick? It doesn't bring all that great of utility. It only gets you that hard reinforcement. So what do you think of castle as a hero? Does it enable your roamers? Does it do anything else except for just funnel the defenders in?
okay, there we go. He takes out a Vim. He takes out a Jaeger. As we're speaking about the castle anyway, we have a shot on castle. And I think you're pretty much right about the castle. It's not about stopping the attacker, it's more about channelizing them. So there was an early pick from Jaeger onto the Twitch onto Sparko, I guess. So, and there you go. Black is pushed in. Oh, he's not. He's just rappling on the window and picks up a double kill. That's an easy one onto both of them.
Oh, but Mira is going to be peering at him from. It's actually going to be the Legion. Going to be peering at him from CQC, and Zofia is going to drone out. So they are taking this slow and steady. They're in no rush. And look at the pings already out on the location of the Legion. He is in Dead Man Island as there is barely anything left on his plate to eat. Look at him. He's so low on HP, and it all going to come down to the Maestro and whether he'll be able to hold. And all right, the Legion Trap gonna work onto the Blackbeard, and that's gonna cause a lot of problems. Talking about problems, the 2 versus 2, it's all fallen on the shoulders of Zafea and the Sledge, the two players who do have a decent amount of utility on them. So it is still not bad weather for Optimal Esports, but as I say that the Mercenaries sweep board and take the first round on the defense, on the offense actually.
All right, there was a lovely round sweep over there from Mercenaries. And with that being said, OG, I'm going to have to ask you to take down a few 2 minutes from here. I need to just settle some things up with the game settings. For some reason, there's no in game sound. So give me 2 minutes on that. Let me just check on what's going on. You carry on with the stream and the chat.
All right, coolly, no biggie, I guess. Let's see the picks coming in. The Jägermeister Castle, Legion, and the Echo. So, Optimus Esports, they're not changing up their jam all that much. Although they do have taken the Bandit. Well, they have. Okay, the Castle is out yet again. Zofia, Twitch, Let's Blackbeard, Thermite. So, both teams deciding to keep more or less the same lineup. And this time, we do have a hard breacher in the form of a Thermite, which we did lack the previous round. And I still question the castle pick at this point. I think they should have invested in a cave instead of a castle. And the Valk pick was the Valk ban really would have hurt their game plan if they were coming in with that mentality. But hell, a Caviera is useful at any moment. And once that interrogation goes down, it'll be all hell on the side of the attackers. They have taken the kitchen plant, if I'm not mistaken. And that is the reason we have a sledge on the side of mercenaries. The verticality does favor you, especially once you are above them, because they will be facing two angles at once, which will be really, really hard task, especially in a game like Siege. Yeah, as I say that's what I meant. Don't call 100. Regardless, the action phase has begun, and I'm not sure whether mercenaries have spotted the bomb. And I am a little bit bamboozled on why there isn't already a Roma set up. You cannot afford to take your time against mercenaries because they will punish you heavily for it. We do have the Echo, of course, playing inside with the rest of his Okay, we do have it up and running, ladies and gentlemen. We are back in action, and so are the side of Mercenaries as they do get both the opening frags on the Echo and the Legion, and the Echo pick. Echo Fall is going to hurt them a lot because he is the player who will deny them in the last few seconds, and immediately the punish is in a 2 versus 4, but this could be massive. Go the castle, he could have gotten both the players there, and the Jaeger playing from the high ground, and he is gonna clean deck as it's all left on the shoulders of the Twitch and the Thermite. A 2 versus 2 for the win, and the Thermite, he is being tickled right now, and the Jaeger, his position is being spotted. Why is he on the offense? Jaeger, you madman, come back to your hiding spot. It doesn't seem like he's gonna buy it though. And the diffuser already planted the thermite. Gonna finish the job. And I'm not really sure what the Jaeger was trying to do there. Like, his information would be relayed immediately, and the live tracker goes up as soon as you're in 2 seconds outside the play zone. So Mercenary is a comical round to say the least, going under the bag 2-0. Optimal Esports, they are not looking good in the starting segment of the round.
And I'm back. Okay, so that was actually a pretty funny match. It was fucking hilarious if you look at it on that side of the stream. Anyways, so and we go. There we go. We have our audio back, and it's working now. So thanks to our operators over there. Thank you, Not Shaiko and Warhammer, to get the audio working very well. Anyways, that was a really hilarious round. That was funny. That was good take from Mercenaries. There was a 2v2 situation with the plan down. Main advantage over to Mercenaries. So good execute over there, I guess. And maybe I think NG's got to start to pick up the pace and go on for better defendable sites. I mean, they haven't chosen Penthouse yet for some reason. They're just shifting between hookah. They're going to kitchen. Kitchen I can understand because it's still more defendable. But I don't get it. I think they're just trying to move out of the meta and not pick Penthouse because everyone knows how Penthouse works, how the attack works, how they're supposed to do it. So it's basically textbook. So maybe they're just trying to throw the attackers off from what they're trying to do, but that doesn't seem to be working.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Well, I think they need to start investing on a few roaming operators. You see them, like, you cannot afford to stay passive when you have mercenaries against you, you know. Once they box you in, they play discipline. They do not rush in, they do not take unnecessary fights, they are always ready for the refrag. And most importantly, they have chemistry, so it's hard to get a pick off against them without losing anything yourself. So, you see them, there's only one person roaming, that's essentially Jaeger. And for all intents and purposes, you could have had a Vigil, you could have had a Cav, why do you need only the Jaeger, and especially when his primary objective is to roam?
Exactly, I think they're bringing in the Maestro for the plan denial and for the ACOG, that it gives them the ego. Avem is again playing on the aggressive roamer position, so I think Avem is totally okay with that. Since he's been, he's been good with tackling whatever pressure is being given to. But last round was a little unfortunate, I would say. Other than that, with great aim, I think free roam operator like that on 3 speed is lovely to put on.
Well, it would be, and the Twitch pickup is actually a pretty decent one here, given how she can draw people out. And
Twitch is just taken off HP out of that castle over there. And as I speak about it, Alibi gets taken off a little bit of HP over there too, and Twitch is just doing a job, getting the ADSs out, getting the Maestro cams down. That's lovely work over there from the Twitch over there, since that will be helpful later when the round comes to push and shove, and they'll have to plan to get the main advantage. So Viper over here probably reading that there's a Jaeger possible flank coming up. And there you go, the Twitch's gonna drop down.
Oh no, the sledge is gonna drop early, and you cannot do that when you are a sledge. You know, you need to be alive for a few dying moments of the round, and optimally Esports are not successful in maintaining their advantage, as you do see the Maestro gonna go down here. A 3 versus, make it a 2 versus 4. Mercenaries, they're just sweeping house. And Jaeger, he needs to do something, and he finally does a 3 versus 2. This man has come alive when his team needed it the most, and he's trying to do it yet again, facing out 2 offenders at 1 point. But that's not gonna happen against a team like Mrcz, and smartly they do disengage. 45 seconds left on the clock, and they are gonna find their way from beneath. But will they be able to get it in time though? 30 seconds. The diffuser already knocking outside the bomb site. It's all gonna come down to alibi here as she's holding solo, and the thermite. Viper, this is all on you, my man. You could be peeked at any moment. Do not sling that knife yet again, and she gives the name of the game away. This could be the kill that means it all. Has 15 seconds left on the clock, and alibi, she's gonna get killed. That's the diffuser dropped in 13 seconds. It's all about the frags right now with Jaeger. He's gonna go down alibi for 1 versus 2. All you need to do is play right, my man. And Blackbeard, he knows that he's coming in, and he's gonna go down. Mercenaries, they get that third round on the off.
That was such a beautiful execution on time. They knew they had to go for the frags there, so they just went all in. The Twitch went in to secure the kill. The Blackbeard was pushing the alibi, knowing this great communication over there from Mercenaries, I would say. And I guess alibi could have played better, but anyways, let's see how it works out for in the next coming rounds for NG. So far, not so good, but I still think they can retaliate.
Well, I think they need a mute at this point, given the amount of hassle that these drones have come in and done on them. You know, they've been droned out of location. The mute would have considerably changed that round, given how much damage the Twitch drone did and how much distraction it brought.
Actually,
So,
there was a lovely drone work. They've been putting and placing drones in places that are necessary in the round later. As you saw in the first round, where Sledge came up with those pings almost immediately as he was rappelled onto the big window. So that type of teamwork is what we expect to see in this tournament, and Mercenaries is doing the best job at exhibiting it.
well, when you are sponsored by not, I would say, and they are going to be on the offense yet again. They do have quite a similar lineup. They have exactly the same lineup. Never mind. But although these folks, they still aren't changing, and this shows a really low adaptability from their end. You know, when things are not going your way, even though you might have the right game plan, it might not be the right counter, and that often might lead you to losing. But there should be something that they should read. This is what separates a good team from a great team. You have great strats, but you need strats that work. You know, a silver strat might work, even though it might not be a great strat, but it's still one that works, and you need to use it appropriately. And I don't see Optimum Esports using that flanking potential as good as they can. Let's just say you have a mute and you have something like a cap.
I think they have a good emphasis on the roamer they put out. Like, you know, he's placed in the proper position to come out for a potential flank at the right moment. But here's what's happening. Mercenaries is leading into that, and they're just pushing away on the main anchors. So that just kills out any flank coming in from the roamer. There's no point in flanking because everybody's onto you after that once the anchors on the side are dead. So I guess OE has to, you know, emphasize a little on that. Try and get the roamer game more coordinated, more communicated, and the anchors need to stay more alive on the side. And as we're speaking about it, Blackie is trying to make his way into this Sunrise Cafe where there's two defenders blocking him out, just playing hide and seek, and there you go. Viper takes out the Legion, and that's an early kill onto Alibi. What a shot over there! Takes out the shield of the Blackbeard. She knows there's a guy coming up the cool vibe stairs, and she's waiting. She's waiting patiently. And there you go. Distraction coming in from above the hookah. Looks away and gets punished. 2 kills in there from Blank and from Beach. Taking down the Jaeger and the Alibi.
It's all gonna be a 2 versus 4 right now. Nothing much that Optimal Esports can do. It's left to the Maestro and the Echo. The Echo obviously being the player of impact here. He can't deny the plant, he can buy you time, but what much can time buy you? It cannot obviously buy the round, as they are slowly but surely closing in on them. You can see them demolishing roofs, breaking down the ceiling to hunt for the last player, and hunt him they do. 4-0 Mercenaries. They maintain that lead after these votes. They yet to break around.
That was such a lovely execute from there. Mercenaries had such a huge manpower advantage. I think Optimal Esports NG will have to step up from what they're trying to do because it's just not working for them. They're trying to go on to holding a site or holding a place that is close to the site in a very weak manner. There's just no proper communication or maybe proper support. Some peak holes to be made, some rotation holes to be made, few reinforcements made so that they don't get an angle onto them, which they are getting because they've got good destruction on their side. And as you can see again, Mercenaries is not going to go for a roster change. They have the right amount of operators that they need to make their push happen. They just don't need to change because there's no change coming in from Optimal Esports either. I'm sorry, Optimal Esports NG either, because I guess they're not adapting to it or they're just giving themselves too many chances to try and work on the current roster they have. Maybe they're not putting their best foot forward. Maybe they're a little down on the comms. Maybe the strategy is not working out for them. But they need to step up because Mercenaries is not going to show any mercy at letting them win this. It's already 4-0. We are looking at a match point of Mercenaries gets one more round to their account. So will we look at a match point from this round, or will NG retaliate and take back one round at least into their account? What do you think?
Well, I certainly hope this is not like day one where we witnessed an 18-2 beating. I forget the team's name, but it was very depressing to see, to say the least. Optimal, they do have a decent lineup and they should go neck to neck. But as the moment it's looking all Mercenaries, and you cannot doubt them. They have taken different approaches. They have a solid big ban strategy that they have come in with, and Optimal, I'd say it's just the lack of depth they have in their operators, because right now we are not seeing all that much from there. And oh, and talking about the roaming, it comes to all.
Oh my god, was it the one tap from Zofia I just saw? Well, maybe it was, but that was such an early kill. There are already 2 men down, and it's not even 2.5 minutes. Look at the Jaeger! Look at the Jaeger! What is he doing? There's a Blackbeard with a shield on his face. You don't peek him like that. I don't think so you do.
Well, what more can you say than GG, dude? Optimal. They are finally coming in with some kind of response. 3 versus 2, but this round is already spiraled out of control, and it is all on to the Alibi and the Frost to try and recover, but it seems unlikely as the minute goes by, as Mercenaries, they slowly but surely creep in towards the bomb set, and the Alibi trying to make a move there, gonna go punish, and it's all left on to Frost. The concussion grenade gonna get him bad like a hangover, and Mercenaries, no mercy. Optimal Esports, they are yet to gain footing within this map, and 5-0 Mercenaries, they are on map point.
Alright, can we just get no mercy Mercenaries in the chat, please? They are totally dominating in what they're doing. I would actually agree if you would come up to me and say NG is not putting their best foot forward, because that's what it seems like. They were going passive aggressive until the 4-round mark, and they went, not necessarily over aggressive, but it's basically not necessarily aggressive. They didn't have to peak those angles. They just had to wait it out. Maybe they had to flank out. Maybe they had to wait for the plan to go down. They had a few C4s, or maybe not. They had the echo at their disposal to stop the plan. So I think they were just making unnecessary peaks, and that puts Mercenaries onto match point.
Quick shout out to our sponsors here, Playmax Interactive, India Joy, and Logitech G. Do catch us at Hyderabad, there's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. We will be live, we will be on LAN, and hell, that's where the real players are born. Talk about real players, I really hope Optimal Esports get one round before going down, which seems most likely at this point, to the hands of Mercenaries. What do you think? Are we gonna witness 6-0?
I think Optimal Esports is pretty broken, on the mental side of their thinking at this point. The player, what do you say, sportsmanship has gone down. The spirit to come above the 5-0 is really looking low on the side of NG. So maybe I think this might also go into mercenaries. But as I
Look at the
speak of it,
lineup.
there's a role change. Mercenaries now on the defense. So maybe we are looking at a possible NG, which is better on offense than they showed us what they were on defense. And maybe they get one round down before Mercenaries adapts to what they are trying to do. Because I think this is the only chance NG has against Mercenaries before they start adapting to the lineup that they're presenting. Because once Mercenaries adapts, I think it's going to be tough on the way above from there. So very carefully and very calculated chosen map this is. Side rather, they probably the kitchen side because that's been proven to be most defense. Oh my god, and I speak about it. That unnecessary peak from B will get his head taken off so early into the round.
The echo. And that was the echo. Worst operator go down early through the entirety of the Mercenaries lineup because he is going to be the late round operator to deny the bomb plan, to deny positioning, and to potentially deny those few crucial seconds that your team do need to win the round. And what more to say than disappointment, as it's going to be a man advantage with the set of Opportunity Esports. Going later on in this round, I'd say Mercenaries, the more time they burn is the worse it would get for them. Ooh, and talking about worse, it's gonna be Viper gonna go down. That's the Legion. Why are these operators peeking? This is not the way you win this Mercenaries. A 3 versus 5, you have won through disadvantages before. You still have a footing in this round. As optimal, they are closing in on the bomb side. Rixie Smoke trying to backline the offense. And they are playing from a pretty isolated position, so they can close in on the attack as it is happening.
I really love the placements that the attack is presenting right now. They have good control over the map. They have a man advantage. And there you go. I just speak about it. Jack is going to point a scan, possibly onto the alibi, while she picks up a kill onto the shadow. And like I said, alibi is being tracked right now by the jackal, and that's going to be a problem. And so she will fall back to the side.
Well, the IQ did go down as we spoke, and it's going to be a 3 versus 4. And given the HP that is going to be on the Zafea, it is still even Stevens. It's all about Mercenaries' ability to hold. The smoke does create an illusion of safety, but through a jackal scan, I'd say it's more or less, useless. Jaeger still going to be holding an off angle, and this is going to be all about the off angles and crossfires right now. They need to find pickoffs. They need to find a few heads here and there, and the round, it might suddenly turn into on its head.
As we speak about it, we are approaching the 15-second mark, and it's going to get very, like I speak about it.
And it's gonna be Smoke on desperately low HP. It's all on the Jaeger. He needs to make a play. And a good start to defuse. It's gonna be coming in as the diffuser. Gonna be planted from Thermite. It's all on these two. The 2 versus 2 at Smoke. He's gonna be going down early. Find the distraction! Straight down coming in, and the diffuse should come in at any moment. That's gonna be Mercenaries. Taking up map 1, 6-2-0. Optimal Esports gonna be on some beating today. It all comes down to them on the second map, and for those who are just joining us, this is going to be the first map of Coastline, clearly won by Mercenaries. And for those who are wondering, it's not a best of 3, they are going to play 3 maps, it's going to be on a point basis. If you do win one map, you get 3 points to your name, and that adds to your leaderboard ranking, which, hell, if you lose 2-0, I mean, if you lose 2 maps in a row, Optimum Esports, they win the last, it'll still be a good day. So it depends on how they take this in. A loss is a loss, but you don't have to lose faith. Optimal Esports, let's see how they do it in the second map.
That was such destruction and literally total domination over Nether Gaming. I was not expecting this today. I was not expecting that this is what the game has in store for me today, because I was actually looking for a pretty much, a neck-to-neck fight coming up between these two teams. I was thinking NG is going to step their game up so much that Mercenaries will feel the heat, and maybe they will Maybe Coastline wasn't just their map; it was more mercenaries favored. Maybe I'm just trying to be, optimistic since Optimal Esports isn't picking up much of a pace over here. So not really sure what NG is bringing into the roster, what they are trying to bring in from the strategy. So we'll be taking a 5 minutes break and resuming the second map again versus these two awesome teams, and hopefully watch NG take back the second map, which will be in their favor, which will be their selection. So let's see what happens, OG. Take 5 minutes off. We'll be back in five and we'll resume the second map.
Cool.
All right.
Bro,
The fur god is coming.
the bro was not for having god. The bro was for something important. Hey, dude, you back? Can we start like as soon as the
Shaiko
joins?
joins. And Shaiko, we are going with one. We are going defense in border. Thank you. Where's David?
He's changing ID, he'll be back.
Axon? Joking.
Lol. Hacks? What? Lol?
It's the
Lol?
same.
It's the same either.
Wow.
Can we not take a break after this game? Like
Our moment of
start it
breaks.
again and again. No, not that. Like that. Two of our guys have some stuff to do. Okay.
is opening PowerPoint. I'm sorry. No, not really. He just knows how to use Ash.
So guys, ready everyone? Alright.
Yeah. I'll start my master.
We are live onto the second map coming in from Mercenaries versus Nether Gaming again.
1 second. There we go.
Yeah, that's okay. Just the ban phase coming out so early.
Let's see what it's gonna be though. I'd expect perhaps a glass lion. I'd say maybe a Mira ban. What do you
There you go. Glass ban comes out on the first ban itself. I get it. Bottle is very much about peaking those pixel angles that's been given to you, and glass is lovely at that. So taking out glass makes Blackbeard come into the play more. So let's see how this goes in. Let's see what.
Well, it's gonna be the lion ban. What? Did it lion through?
Yeah, they didn't actually ban Lion the last time also. I think there's just a mutual, player ethic between them that let's just not play Lion instead of wasting a ban onto him. So we didn't see the Lion ban come out from the last game, and we didn't see the Lion being used into the play also. There we go. That lovely squad lineup over there. So just a little disconnection from one of the players. Maybe he'll just rejoin again. So there you go. He's rejoined. Jora is back. And there you guys, we speak about it. The Blackbeard is also taken out of the play. The Glass is also taken out of play. Mira was expected. And Echo is just for those, not letting the defense have much information and not letting them prevent any sort of late plans going down. So that's lovely over there. I really want to see, I think Zofia or maybe Twitch will be looking at the rotation cutoff from the AC vents. That is right up outside the B side of the armory. So I really like it that both the teams took out the Glass and the Blackbeard. So the firepower advantage that turns it, sometimes to a one side is taken out. And let's see what Mercenaries proves this time, or rather Nether Gaming, because they lost 6-0 in the last map, and that was totally devastating. That was total domination. Mercenaries just wreaked havoc onto Nether Gaming. So let's see if Nether Gaming takes down Mercenaries in this map, which is potentially in their favor since they've selected this. So what do you think, OG? What do you think is going to go down?
Well, I'd say if you don't shut down Mercenaries earlier on, they will just snowball out of control. And hell, we did see that happen in the last game. It was 6-0 Swift map that only took 30 minutes. Let's hope we have a fair game at least for now. I like the roster that Optimal Esports has put together. You have the Ying. She's gonna be helpful when you do rush into the bomb side last few seconds. You have the Thatcher Thermite combo. You have the IQ in cases of Malk's camera, and we have the Zofia. So I'd say if you could swap out the Zofia for maybe a Monty or a Ash, I'd say you're in for a late to early game take, which would allow you to have some pacing versatility, I would say, because you need to control the pace of your offense and your defense, especially the offense. You can go fast pace, slow pace. You need to catch them unaware. That's the primary objective.
So what I'm most surprised over here is the castle pick coming out for the side of armory, which I don't usually see because castle is mostly favored when the team goes down onto ventilation and workshops. So I really want to see how castle is going to play as an advantage over here. And castle's really forcing this way for the first position. Sophia could have got that one early, but that's just poor drone work, I guess, from Nether Gaming side. Anywho, so proceeding here, they've got lovely control over on his chest and no defender playing down below for a potential and a possible flank. Just gonna go easy on this, get the drone work done, make sure they watch any and all angles. That could potentially come out as a backstab.
Well, it could, and 2 minutes left on the clock. You do see Optimum Esports, they are quite quick in the ground that they are covering. They're letting the IQ flank and not go along with the team, which is, I'd say, a little weird. You know, when you are an IQ and you're going to play against Valve, you should be along with the team to ensure that information is not relayed to the side of Mercenaries, which is going to be the name of the game. Thatcher almost gave the side of Optimal a man advantage, but that's going to be the castle. That's going to be Sparko, the captain and the leader of Mercenaries. One of those taken down half HP. And Optimal Esports, the more time they burn, the better, because they do have a Ying. She is useful in these clutch situations, but she better be used right, and she doesn't need to go down early. She doesn't need to be taking these peaks. They should just let Zofia and IQ take these battles and not let Ying go down at any cost along with Thatcher.
There you go. The Ying's already starting to, make the push over there and blinded Spark over there for a second. So I think they're just trying to clear out whatever ADS is. And as I speak about ADS, Jaeger's coming in for a potential backstab with the Claymore, not probably praised. And gets that one tap onto Infernus. And the second kill on the shot. And no, he could not convert the third, but that was such a lovely flank and takes down 2 attackers while he's making his way onto the side. And that was a lovely take. That was just poor drone placings over there from NG. And the ADS coming into play over here.
And what can you even say right now? It's 2-for-1 trade, and Mercenaries, they are gonna be the victors in the game numbers game, and it's gonna be all south. That's all on the shoulders of the Thatcher. Nothing much he can do. Finally gonna go down as Mercenaries. Things are looking good for them again.
Well, it was a lovely flank over there from the Jaeger, I would say, but I think you could have converted on third kill as well, because she was still in the sprint animation where he could have had better placement of what he was doing. He just ran into the offices. There was a lovely flank from Jaeger, nevertheless, but I think he could have made out more from what he was presenting.
Well, at that point, it was more or less mission accomplished from his side. He did end up giving his team the man advantage when he did fall. But let's see. Okay, the Mercenaries still do pick up the castle, but this time they have got it
to do ventilation and workshops. That's a classic setup I'm looking at, and also they've changed the mute, knowing that the opponents are running a Thatcher, which they won't be running this time. Anyhow, let's see how Bandit comes into play in holding the top side to make sure NG doesn't have any advantage over the vertical gameplay.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Well, let's see what the scene is now. They do have an IQ, and they do have... They're not taking a Thatcher, surprisingly, given the importance of Thatcher in most maps. You will never like to play against a mute, a bandit, and following. So, I'd be surprised if Optimal Esports actually won this game, given what I'm seeing of Mercenaries right now. It just looks like dominance, and I don't see a way that Optimal Esports can put a stop to it.
I think Mercenaries is just too well coordinated. This is what we expect from teams that have been playing together for a long time, and that is how it should be, I guess. I understand that NG's been also a good squad, a good clan from a really long time, but Mercenaries just has that great rapport going on between the players. They just know what to do at the right time.
Well, it's just gonna be action phase. The offense is held by the side of mercenaries. They are reading this map like a book and playing it as such. Textbook siege coming out from their end. And Diego is gonna be rattling a few shots here and there. They are playing from above the bomb side rather than on it, which is always a smart ball thing due to you being boxed in at the last few crucial seconds. And the droning is gonna begin as they do start their offense into the building.
What's really surprising over here that we are already on the 2-minute mark and we don't see the attacker team make dominance over any objective or rather any place of sorts, because they need to get the top floor control so badly, else it's going to go all south from here. They are very well placed, but they just aren't converting on the push.
Well, finally they are gonna make the way into the building. And mercenaries, they are gonna lose a man earlier on. That's gonna be Bandit.
Jaeger rather. The Jaeger gets taken down. From a great drone work over there from the Jaeger.
Wow, mix up Deus Ex.
Oh, maybe. Maybe not so great drone work, I guess. Oh, that was such a lovely shot from the Twitch onto blank over there. The animation of the dead bandit's body falling while he was sprinting was so brutal to look at. It was a really good sight actually. Anywho, that puts down NG, or rather mercenaries, onto the deficit of the man advantage. And NG looking great over onto the 5 versus 3 setup that they have. They have great position control over from the top and they are ready for the vertical play to go down. Hence, Sparko is placed in a place where they wouldn't expect him to be, because they have vertical play coming in, so they could practically put the plan down and then just watch from above. So they don't need to do more hard work when it comes to gunfights once the plant is down. But the real question over here is now how the plant is going to get down, because defenders are in a really good plant denying position, and Sparko moves above, trying to go, and there you go. Sparko takes down one but gets refragged immediately.
And look at the time left on the clock. Optimal Esports, they can get on the plan. Now on the diffuser, it's going to be dropped at the frags. Going left, right, and center, and it's going to be mercenaries winning the round. It looks so good for Optimal Esports, but at the dying seconds, they failed to deliver, and that is the worst feeling. 2-0.
That was actually pretty good going there from NG, but that smoke play coming in the end, that's how smoke works, and I think that's how everyone who's watching this stream should take in some notes from how to use smoke to the fullest. You waited, stop that, stop that little potential hash push with that one smoke he had, and donated 2 of his smokes totally, very dedicatedly to the plant going down, and that stopped the plant totally. So I guess that's how smoke is supposed to be played. Wait for the right moment to come in and then strike properly, because that was so crucial for Mrcz. They were on such a huge man deficit. Come on, 5v2, I guess 5v3 rather, isn't something you can easily pick off from, and they did. So like I said, I was looking at NG come and show some retaliation over there, and they did. They looked so promising over on the start of the round, but they just can't beat it. They just can't go ahead of the barrier that Mercenaries is posing to be. So let's see what they try and come out from this one, because this is on comparison a rather easier side to attack if you have good comms going on, if you have good objective control. And as I speak from the defender side, it's a really tough side defending, because they've got so much wide spread on the objective control that they need to stop being taken from. So that widespread area offers them a little more angles to watch, a little more plays, a little more ACOGs coming into play, but we only have one, and that will be from the Maestro, and that is being played by the Viper. So let's see what Mercenaries does to take this pick off, because I don't usually see this pick coming on as the bathroom tellers, because mostly teams pick the customs at the detention room. So let's see how Mercenaries is going to bring this onto their table and take this win also for themselves.
Well, at this point, it's been an 8-0 that Mercenaries have put together, if you do include the first map. So Optimal Esports, they better be finding ground and they better be finding it fast. As we do see the IQ actually coming in relatively early and already setting foot within the building. 2 minutes 15 progress shown by the side of Optimal Esports NG.
It's a really lovely stash strat that they've set up over here using the smoke's destructive ability. That, and there you go. Jaeger gets a quick run out over there and gets a kill onto Zofia, but gets refragged because of the claymore that was placed over there. So I guess 1 versus 1. I mean, one trade for another. That is something NG might not require right now, but Mercenaries might.
Oh, and it's Castle. He has a nice line of sight at the bottom from the tops, but he needs to be looking down right now. He's being pressured from 2 angles at once, and it looks like 3 operators are going to be at gunpoint if he's not ready banded. Up here as well, along with the castle. And this is all about
the coming in.
They do spot the Ying flash grenade though, and that's going to cause a lot of mayhem on 3 versus 3. They have managed to find the equalizer and the 2 refrags to make it 2 versus 3 courtesy of the Blitz, and it's going to be courtesy of the Bandit. It's all going to fall on the shoulders of Twitch and Ying. 2 operators who can rush and get these kills, but at this point it's not can, it's need to smoke. Waiting on the other end of the corridor.
Attackers recovered.
It should be easy fragging, but he's gonna miss his mark by a mile and give away his positioning as well. And Twitch, look at her, she's ready, she knows where the smoke is gonna be playing from. And patiently holds. Oh, smoke grenade gonna be landing and hitting his mark. The Twitch almost hitting the dance, and she survives with 1 point of health, and it's all looking really bad for the side of Optimal Esports NG. As a Ying, she's the only player and one of the only 2 players left with HP, and that's gonna be the Twitch going down courtesy of a tingle from the Mrcz, and the round secured by Mercenaries 3-0, and they have gone uncontested now. If you do put the first map in the picture, it's gonna be a 9-0, ladies and gentlemen. Mercenaries
Totally dominating. No mercy.
Yeah.
No mercy, Mercenaries. I guess that's what the community is going to go after from now, because they are really not giving a little space. There's not a window where NG is able to convert and abuse it. They're just not able to find that little sweet window of Mercenaries. Mercenaries is not letting down their guard at all. There's no mercy from Mercenaries this time. Can we just get a no mercy Mercenaries in the chat, please? So that's really lovely play coming in from Mercenaries. I really say that. NG is facing a little difficulty on trying to get that window. Try and strike with Mercenaries as the weakest, but they are just not letting that happen. They're just not showing them that, okay, here's where weak, here's you're supposed to abuse it, here's how you're going to push. But no, Mercenaries has got such a good setup made, such a good roster coming up, such good operator selects that they don't need to be so versatile right now. They are just great with what they are doing, and I think they should just carry on with it.
Well, they are going to be playing off the man disadvantage to take it off. Optimal Esports, things aren't really clicking in their boot camp as it. Let's see what defensive. Oops, I think I just minimized my. There we go. It should be up now again. Alright. Let's say the lineup that Mercenaries do have. Alright, they had the Valve finally, and is it just me or did Maestro?
We're looking at a pretty promising lineup, and is there an injury going down so early? That was a fall off from the computer spot over directly down the hatch. That's just a little misplay over there. That happens. That tends to happen. But anyways,
Valk, she's gonna run out like a mad woman, getting the overhead frag onto the Ying here. The operator that they needed to keep alive the most is gonna be going down early. That's gonna cost mayhem. Valk here to clean house, drop the diffuser as well. 5 versus 2, Twitch and Sophia gonna keep
Drop the bomb.
Kate perhaps as they get a frag onto the bandit, but things are looking so bad for them at this point.
The area of
It
operation.
has been 9 rounds consecutively won by Mercenaries.
they're literally just wreaking havoc right now on 2NG, knowing that they're at a deficit of 1 man because of the disconnection, and they are not leaving anything. They're leaving no stone unturned to get this win into the basket.
And Kinslayer in chat, the casters are going to be me, Foxy, it's me, OG, and Foxy, going to be from Team Domination, the squad who is going to be at the back end of this tournament, courtesy of our sponsors Logitech G, India Joy, and Playmax. Catch us live at Hyderabad on LAN. And this is what action we need on LAN if these 2 teams qualify. I'm hoping if Mercenaries qualify, Optimal, they still need to prove ground. And it's going to be Optimal Esports finally winning a round. And out of the most unlikely of circumstances, out of high disadvantage.
There's actually a lovely play over there coming in. Finally, Optimal has 1 round to their account. See, we knew how dominating Mercenaries was, so I guess this gamble was worth it from Mercenaries, going so aggressive and not really following the strategies that they're presented with, but it didn't work. But it's like they had nothing to lose literally, because they were undisputed so far, 9-0, so it doesn't really matter that now they are 9-1. So from this map point of view, they still have the advantage over by 2 rounds. They still have the match point coming in if they win 2 rounds consecutively. So it's that 2-round window that we're looking at over here from Mercenaries and from Optimal Esports Nether Gaming.
Well, let's see the pickups that we have from Mercenaries. They have the Jaeger and the Bandit out yet again, along with the Valk. They have the Maestro up again. And they have gone for a change. And this time, it's gonna be the Legion. And I think Legion on this map is decent as is on most. But when you have an IQ on the opposing team, Valk
Yeah, I
and
think that counter also almost most of it, because I'm glad that they're running an IQ almost every time, because the camps from Valkyrie are coming in almost every round. The Legion is being put into play, and sometimes, if you're looking at a vertical gameplay, it's easier to take out the ADS and also the bandit charges. So that's good pick in over there from the Nether Gaming side of bringing in the IQ. Apart from that, it's not so promising on what plays they're putting into converting. So as we speak about it, Mercenaries is gonna go to the most viably defendable side, and that is the Armory. Just a few wild camps coming in from Jura over here. It's a lovely spot over there that gives a 360 view over to the offices and in and around.
And why are Optimal Esports requesting for repos? So I'd assume that they would have a decent power and internet backing at their place. Regardless, it's gonna be them again. A 4 versus 5. They did win 1 round of this. Let's see if they're able to continue and keep the magic on. For now, it's gonna be Mercenaries on the defense yet again. And look at this cheeky peek from Legion. He's just no respect plays coming out from either side. Look at IQ. This is one part of Siege that I absolutely hate playing against. You know, this, like, they make a small hole and they camp out of it. You just shoulder pick one angle and boom, headshot, you're dead.
Oh yeah, that kind of plays, actually that's more, you know what you say, conservative, instead of trying to make it cheeky. Because at this point, and as I speak about it, Zofia takes down Blank, and that will be the Legion. That's such a great angle. Would you look at that? That is lovely conversion of the ACOG given to the attackers onto the Legion. There was such a lovely angle over there from Zofia. Takes out the farmer, that as we like to call him, the Legion, and we'll be looking at less plant hesitation from the
Attackers have
attacker
located a
side.
bomb.
So lovely kill over there onto Blank. That's a heavy fragger also out on their way. So looking good so far from MG, but I wouldn't like to speak too much already.
Ooh, that headshot in from Val. Gonna be sending down with his demise. They do have the refrag in though. That's gonna be the Jaeger gonna go down, and they are slowly but surely converging onto the bomb site. As a they are grappling in, it's all gonna be on Sparkle because Backstab has to pay its worth in gold. And he should be going at any moment now as they're knocking on the bomb site's doorsteps. It's all gonna fall onto Mrcz and his ability to hold. And look at Val, she is in, getting the first. Does she spot another though? There is one around. It's gonna be the IQ, and she doesn't know that there is another camp. Just eyeing on her, just waiting. And the Zofia, she's gonna add to the kill count. She's gonna get another frag. This lady, she's unstoppable, and she has an off angle as well. That's gonna be Sparkle fighting the dust and the refrag in. No, the double kill in, and he's gonna find the clutch. The Jaeger proving his worth in gold yet, and again, and Mercenaries, they have taken the follow-up. It's gonna be 10-1. Optimally exposed. Just as things look optimistic, it goes down to pessimistic. And 4-1, they are gonna be on the defense with a man disadvantage. That is gonna be hard to play out of. Wait, are they rage quitting?
No, they're rehosting.
I didn't expect a rage quit at this point if I was there.
So that's a lovely play coming in over there. We are one round win away rather, from Mercenaries to secure the match point. So as we moved into the menu for the viewers, let me just thank our sponsors again while we're at it. Thank you Logitech, thank you India Joy, thank you Playmax Interactive for making this event happen. Let alone being it the largest siege event happening in the subcontinent. We are so glad to have sponsors like Logitech, Playmax, and India Joy come and invest their time, invest their resources into the Siege community of India. So, huge shout out over there to these three sponsors that are making UGH qualifiers happen. And as we're looking at a possible re-host over here, will we have a timeout? No, we won't have a timeout. So we'll be reconnecting just in a while. Stay tuned, guys. There's no timeout for the re-host, so we can just proceed from where we left off.
Yeah, Shadow. Add him, Shadow.
और सो ऐड करो ए 500 का
Shadow Ars, I'm big fan. Very, very big,
He's-
big fan.
he is a big thick fan.
Yeah, tiki tiki. Oh shit, look who it is. Which loss you're saying?
Hmm?
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
second?
Oh my god,
No.
Crescent.
I thought you were talking of Avin. I miss Avin. Where is
Crystal.
All right, there we go.
Yep.
Desi Messi,
Yeah,
हमारे
Avin is
mics
dead.
off ही है. This what you're listening to
Avin
right
is
now
dead
is
or
from the
also-
in-game custom menu. Yes, right there. So you're not actually able to hear voice from our mics.
Well, let's see what mercenaries have in board for us. They, NG, they are going to be opting for the standard picks yet again. The Maestro, the Legion, the Jaeger. And the Ying Ash combo. Come on, I almost wanted that.
Oh, there
Why?
you go.
Why really hard? Shaiko, I think you need to get to the doctor as soon as you can. You know, maybe it's a problem with you, but hell, it happened. I feel.
Maybe
It
he's just maybe he's just too excited on looking at the Buck Ying combo coming up. Actually, even Zofia, and there you go, Buck quick pick. I mean, sixth pick onto the Dokubi. So maybe they want to stall out the defenders, keep them waiting while the plan goes down, or maybe they just want to go full-fledged roam attack. But that doesn't seem like what Mercenaries is presenting right now, because Mercenaries want to put everything they've got right now into winning this and put them onto match point.
And hell, you can't blame them as well. They have been playing some beautiful siege for us here. And this is gonna be the last round on the defense. So let's see what they have to put up for a show. It's gonna be the archives platform. They have based around it decently in. Wait, they are gonna be the offense. My bad. I opened
That's
that.
what happened.
So it is gonna be the archive plant, and they do know that there is. I think they did spot the Valk if I'm not mistaken. So the IQ pick.
Alright,
Yes.
so here's something I don't know. I didn't know Vinci was playing until now. Chat, can you please tell me what IGN Vinci is using right now? I am not aware that Vinci was playing right now. Anyway, that being put aside, we go to the. Oh my god, would you look at that? It's such a good free fire spot that offers over here. Because even if it might not manage to get a free kill in the early round, it will at least manage to do some decent amount of damage, lower the HP of the defenders waiting at the site. There we go. Let me pull up the live chat. For some reason, it got minimized. Anyways, yes, we've been having this little glitch with the other monitor. Anywho, here we go. We've got good decent control over here on the stairs. He's pushing in, placing the claymore. Everything gets booked, and while that was, oh my god, that
Bomb
Legion
located by attack.
missing his shots onto the Sophia, making a go down really low onto HP, but not securing the kill. That was a huge misplay because Sophia was unaware of what the Legion was doing from over there, and he could have really gotten the head of Sophia out. But anyhow, that was good enough, I guess, on taking out Sophia's HP. Let's just hope Mercenaries doesn't go AWOL on them, doesn't really punish them into a loss once again. Because one more loss for NG, Mercenaries moves from match point onto the second map also.
And that would be hard for them to come back from, as proven in the previous match. And that's gonna be actually Sparko gonna be going down early, who was playing on Twitch. And Zafia onto such low HP this round. Finally looking winnable for Optimal Esports, but hell, Mrcz still made 3v5s work, they made 2v4s work. I doubt that they are out of the books at this moment. It's gonna be a 3 versus 5, courtesy of the B falling low. And the refrag is in though. Beat gonna find the frag on the Arsh, who is playing the Maestro.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
They've recovered the diffuser. A 2 versus 4, and it's gonna seem more unlikely as minute goes by. Courtesy of Zofia's HP, and a beautiful wall back there by Ying. Take down the Valk. And 2 versus 3. They're slowly but surely making this work, but the diffuser is gonna go down. It's all on Ying. Can she clutch? The free fire is coming in, and it doesn't matter. Viper, he's gonna buy the dust, and it does seem like they're gonna be looking alive at least for the moment. 42 and Mercenaries, they are not hit map match point yet.
Well, would you look at that? NG's finally climbing up the ladder. They are bringing in whatever they've got into a 4 versus 2 now. Actually, 4 points in lead they were. I think Mercenaries is falling out a little over here because they're just 1 round away from securing that match point.
There we go. Let's see what pickings have come in. They'd have taken the Buck here. Finally, we will get to see some Buck and Ying action. Nice to see the verticality aspect back in the game.
Actually, like you said, they've got Ash also. So, your favorite, the Ash and Ying combo, the Fragger combo, as you would like to say.
And that might give a signal that Mercenaries are looking for a relatively fast take. And on the other end, we have a smoke who is going to punish any of these fast or slow pushes. It's a smoke, you know, it'll deny you in any way possible, along with the castle, so there is hold up. But I'd say, you know, it's all looking the way of Mercenaries at the moment. I do not see Optimal Esports winning this game anyway.
10 seconds left.
It's a really lovely place coming in from there, because I think this is where NG has found a window now. Like I was talking before, that little window to try and push Mercenaries back as much as they can. And I think they're finally starting to convert on it, and this is how it is supposed to work, I suppose. Because once NG gets onto the winning streak, that round winning streak, they can just go on with that mental stability that they've acquired, that they've made up. Because in the first map on Coastline, we saw too much dominance over from Mercenaries that NG weren't able to fight back, and now they are. Maybe that little roster change is helping them. Maybe the character picks up different. Maybe they are better. This map is just looking out to be working for NG. So let's see how Mercenaries converts on that. They are pretty much good drone work coming in.
It's gonna be the Thatcher going down early, and that might cost them a lot in terms of utility, because the Thatcher, although not useful against this particular lineup,
I guess that is also their captain coming out. That was Sparko that got taken off the board.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Lovely grenade over there from the Buck onto the castle. What a kill, knowing that there's no ADS over there, taking advantage of that, in fact, rather. Good kill over there from the Buck. There you go, he cooks one more grenade, cannot convert onto it. Legion so cleverly fallbacks onto the side and not taking another engagement with the almighty Buck. I mean, with that kind of firepower at your disposal, I would myself not want a 1v1 and such a bad spot with the Buck.
And that's gonna be another kill going the way of Optimal Esports, and Mercenaries, they are looking completely out of character as the Buck. He's down such low HP, and the act, she needs to make the play of the game or else it's gonna go bad. And nice start there by Buck, gonna get the first dragon. This is two things that be possible for the side of Mercenaries, but as I say that, We have the Legion shutting down the Ash on the part. That's gonna leave Buck all alone, 1/4 of his original health up to his name. He does spot 2 players though, so some information gathered by him, but he's gonna be giving away his location when he shoots out the 3rd floor, and he has just given the name of the game, Jaeger. If I'm not wrong, he does have a thermite. He does have a frag up, but it doesn't matter. Mercenaries, they're gonna lose yet another round in Optimal Esports. They are making a comeback. Well, 4-2 it did start off, and now we do have 4-3. The equalizer being 1 round away.
Let's go, NG. That's a lovely pickup that we've seen from there, because I really thought that because Mercenaries staying 1 round away from the match point, I didn't think they would give space for NG to move up on the scale, move up on the board, move up the ladder, and which they are. So I guess NG has found their forte and they're acting on it, trying to push back Mercenaries with all the might they have, or rather just clever tactics, good engagement skills, and great gun skill. So that's a lovely play coming up from NG. They've moved in from a 4-0, or rather 4-1 rather, to a 3-4. 1 round away from the equalizer, 1 round away from the match point. That would be NG and Mercenaries respectively. So what do you think? What's going to happen this round? You think NG is going to bring it up to the 4-4 equalizer, or you think Mercenaries is going to push with everything they have and kick it up a notch, push up to the match point? What do you think?
Well, I'd say we are missing a little bit of that Ash Ying Monty combo, and it's finally back. It's going to be the Monty and the Ash combo this time. I still remember on day 1 we had a 5 vs 5 bomb plant on the archive room, if I'm not mistaken, where you did have the Monty covering for the plant on Ash, and the Ying coming in with her flashbang nades. So that was a beautiful play, and I'm interested to see how the Monty is gonna pan out for this.
I think the Monty is going to be a little more coordinated than it was under what we saw last time, because last time with I wouldn't say amateur, but what the plays we were looking at were not at this level. Mercenaries has been so huge into the esports scene for so long with the community that their game has evolved so much, and so has Nether Gaming. So at this level of play, I think the Monty, that is the Viper, he will have to be a little more careful on what he's trying to do. He'll have to provide good cover for the team, not only stand as the mountain that he's supposed to be. So let's see if his drone work comes out into play over here, comes out in the favor of the play rather. So the dynamic duo doing the job, Itachi coming in, Thermite going to place the charge, open up the passport onto the customs.
Is still got a cheeky plant? Oh my goodness, they are! Finally the smoke has dropped in, and that's gonna be the thermite going down. That is a messy play. Optimal Esports, they have gotten Mercenaries on their nerves, and that is not what I'd like to say today. Monty, he's just showing face behind distraction. Jaeger holding an off angle and gonna be peeked and spamming his way through, but it doesn't matter. The one tap in of the Thatcher gonna put him out of the side. Equalizer back in, but look at the HP. Ash, Thatcher, they're all critically low. Taking out the location of the smoke, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, does spot out his. And it's gonna be Ash falling into a lesion trap. She needs to make room, and she needs to make it now. It's gonna be a a team kill. Why would you do that? Mercenaries, you had the advantage, but it doesn't matter. Optimal Esports, it's all gonna be on the Maestro. 2 players incredibly low. It's all gonna be on Sledge here, who has all the HP to work with. Maestro, he's content to play this pass. He has the off angle, and it's gonna be Mercenaries on map and match point. Optimal Esports, just when things look good for them, it all went down south.
Well, there you go. Mercenaries pushing their way onto the match point. 5-3. So not really sure what kind of play NG is going to bring up after this, because if you look at it from the defender's perspective, I guess the customs and detention area was a little tough to defend over there. but they almost had that going pretty good. Thermite dying so early into the round. Smoke, lovely play over there with such good economy he's shown on the smoke grenades over there. He waited for the plant to go down. He knew there was a Monty. He knew he could send the Monty behind. He waited for the plant, baited the Monty out, and so got the kill onto the Thermite. That was a free kill. Sponsored by, I would say powered by the smoke over there. So there's a good kill onto there, or Thermite, good play, but it just did not work out in the favor in the end.
Well, it's going to be Optimal Esports trailing 2 rounds behind as Mercenaries hit map and match point. So let us see what they have in the bag if this comeback is to be a reality. They have taken the Mute Jaeger, Legion Smoke, and the Maestro. And kind of that we do have a Thatcher. So he's going to be disabling at least 2 people on this lineup. And the Ying there for the fast rush in case they do need Buck to offer verticality. Though could be to just be a nuisance. Thermite, we all know what he does.
Yeah, so lovely they're bringing out the dynamic duo over here. Sparko and Beat, both of them. Lovely squad lineup you're seeing. They've got good hard breacher, they've got destruction from Buck, they have got the path clearing of the Legion, they've got the clearing of the ADS with the Thatcher, rather Mute also I would say. So that's a good utility that we're looking from Mercenaries. We just want to see how they put it into play. Because, you know, too many cooks spoil the broth. Not really sure if that's what they need right now. Not really sure if they know how to convert it on it. But with the team's experience, I think they know what they're doing. Let's just hope that it works out in their favor. Because NG at this point cannot have an option of going down 1-1 because we have already proceeded on the match point over here in favor of Mercenaries rather. So NG cannot really let this round go out of their hand.
And as we head into the potentially last round of the second map, a quick shout out to our sponsors Logitech G, India Joy, and Playmax Interactive. Do catch us live at Hyderabad for the land at 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of December. So be there when it all goes down base. And it's gonna be Mercenaries on the offense this time. They do have a Buck again, along with the Ying and a Thatcher, so a similar lineup. But
and a very efficient so far lineup, I would say. I mean, the Thatcher pick is really intelligent over here because they are not taking any chances with whatsoever barrier that could be presented at themselves. Maybe it's Bandit, maybe it's Mute, maybe it's Solution. Oh, what a kill over there from Rexter onto Jora. That would be the Dokubi out. No phone calls coming in over there from the B.
That is gonna be a pain as Dokubi is really useful when it comes to the 30-second mark when you have the Ying on your team because you can press the offense with knowing where the players from Optimal Esports are. So a utility operator gonna go down early and Sparko, he needs to make a play right now. He is gonna be in proximity with a couple of players from Optimal Esports. So he should be a little careful with how he decides to take this out here. And of course he is playing the Thatcher, so he needs to be along with his offense when the push does happen. Or he needs to serve as good distraction. They are trying to drone out though, and again he's playing a cheeky off angle, to say the least, playing amidst the railings.
I think they're going for a full-fledged armory push over here, knowing what the lineup looks right now. There you go. The Jaeger's just waiting from that little peek from the window of the armory, from the door rather, to maybe stop anyone who's trying to aggressively peek it.
And a 3 versus 4 right now. They do have the temporary man advantage, and it all falls out down to Mercenaries to respond. They have 1 minute left, so it's going to be ample amount of time. And it's all of how they make use of this time. You do see the Jaeger is trying to come with the backstab. The offense, they do not care. The bomb waiting at the doorstep, just waiting, beckoning to be planted at the diffuser. It's going to go down here at 2 versus 4, make it a 1 versus 4. But he some kind of miracle if he is to stay alive in this run, and the Legion is going to be revived. So all things considered, it is going to be a 4th round if Buck does not manage to clutch this one out, and he's going to be coming out from the bottom. Let's see if he can get it though. can break open a couple of these ceiling to reveal where the player of Optimal Esports are, but when he does that, he gives away his positioning at 15 seconds left on the clock. It's all gonna be on this push, and he's holding an off angle as well. Gonna be removing the horn in his boot. Gonna be peeked in, and he's gonna go down there. Optimal Esports stay alive as mercenaries. They could, well, this could go on to overtime.
Lovely push over there from NG, knowing that they cannot just let mercenaries walk away with this round. So great conversion over there. Moreover, great play over there from the mute. He picked up a lovely 3k, I guess, that starting to kill onto the Dokkaebi, then a lovely 2-piece kill inside the armory, playing from the sandwich, or rather a little around the sandwich area. So lovely play, I guess. So Mercenaries is already on to match point. So Nether Gaming will have to push once again. They'll have to convert like they did the last round to make it an equalizer to push for an overtime. So maybe we are still looking at a map win of the Mercenaries because they still stand on the match point. We are not sure how Nether Gaming is going to adapt to this. Let's just hope it works in their favor. Chat getting a little heavy. I would not say heavy, a little fiery between Sid and Ritz. So Sid's going to come for the LAN, I guess. Sid, are you coming for the LAN? Chat, whoever's in the chat, how many of you are coming to the LAN? Largest event in Siege history in India. Let me know in the chat how many of you are coming to the LAN. Once again, as we're speaking about the LAN, thanks to Logitech. Thank you to India Joy, and a huge thanks to Playmax Interactive for making this huge event happen.
Well, let's see if Optimal Esports can make the comeback happen.
10 seconds left before insertion.
They have chosen to take the buck out and they are in the sledge instead, along with the Ash and the Twitch. So we see a couple of fast operators here and there. He is
they're going to so cleverly reinforce that wall that will give them a direct insight onto the armory. So that's good strategy-wise plays over here, I would say. But we are not sure how this will work out in their favor because they are bringing what we would say not so traditional setup from the defense. So will this work out in the favor of NG, or will Mercenaries adapt to it and take this into their win?
Well, we potentially could do, and Hibana, she's gonna breach the charge. That's gonna leave Legion defending all alone. Thatcher trying to avoid distraction here. The droning work incredible from the side of Mercenaries. They're getting a big deal of information on how the defense is being set, and they are gonna split up on the offense temporarily. So we do see Hibana along with the rest of the gang peeking in, and they are gonna leave the Ash, if I'm not mistaken, all to her lonesome. Let's see how that's gonna work out, because splitting the offense is a good tactic to use, and that's why the Legion is gonna be going down early. But courtesy of the broken wall, they do have a Creep and direct line in the wrong side of the plan. It's gonna be going down right now. 4 versus 5, and positioning temporarily good on the side of Mercenaries. Gaming the plan hasn't yet been committed. It's on the hands of the Hibana, so she needs to get the plan down ASAP. And with the way it's been going, it doesn't look like it's gonna come anytime soon. Plant Hibana, plant. They have probably used her.
I think there must be a little gap over there because that bomb side is actually below them. They are just getting all the control they can above, so there's no vertical gameplay later from the defense.
My eyes. It's been a long day, I guess. Sledge, he's gonna crack one on rotation, almost getting the transfer in the second, but he's gonna fail. But it's a 2 versus 5. Mercenaries, when all look back to them, there was a light at the end of the tunnel, and follow it they did. They have reached what looks like a map tree with 2 maps under their belt. It's all gonna be on the castle and the Jaeger, but it's looking unlikely. As a minute goes by, they do hear the Jaeger running around Ash. She has an inkling that somebody might be here, but can they do anything think is the question, because Ash, she is just patient. She's buying time. Time well bought. It's gonna be the Jaeger all to his lonesome. He knows what he's up against and he cannot offer anything. Mercenaries, they have another match on the belt. 2-0. Could we be seeing a 3-0 sweep today? What do you think?
Lovely game over there from Mercenaries. They converted and stopped NG from making it a 5-5. There you go, the elite animation coming in from the support player of Thatcher's. Lovely animation over there. So we'll be proceeding to the third map. That's a lovely one for Mercenaries. Rather not so dominating this time because they came up to a 6-4 against Mercenaries. So great push over there from NG, I guess. Just did not work in their favor for securing the map. We'll be proceeding to the third map now.
We have to decide for attack or land.
There you go. Now you must be able to hear to what the captains are speaking in the lobby.
So we're getting different listings. Who's selecting?
First map, we saw Coastline, total domination from Mercenaries. Second map, we saw Border, which was a more NG favored map where Mercenaries won nevertheless.
Alright.
So,
Shaiko,
but the difference, if you look at here,
difference?
it was a 6-0 to a 6-4 win compared to what we saw in Border. So, great pickup over there from Mercenaries. Good stop over to NG for making them get that equalizer in their pocket because they were up to a 4-5 where Mercenaries were sitting on a match point. So, lovely conversion. And as I speak of conversion, we will move on to the third map. That will be Consulate. I'm glad I'm getting Consulate to host right now, to cast rather, because what I've been seeing lately from the matches that we've been playing, Border comes out, Coastline does come out sometimes here and there, but the third map is usually Oregon. And Oregon, come on, everyone knows the map in and out now. So maybe it's time to shift the meta a little and come into the other maps that are not much favored. And as I speak about it, the Blackbeard gets banned. So there's no holding of the double window over there onto the console office. Or maybe just some other operator taking the place of Blackbeard, but not as effectively. That we'll see what happens depending on the team that is attacking, as the point in case Mercenaries. They will ban the Jackal, so maybe Mercenaries are looking to a rather roam heavy game over here, maybe. Yes, Red's Mercenaries stands 2-0 with the first map winning so dominatingly with a score of 6-0 and the second map with a score of 6-4. So there's good domination over there from Mercenaries. It's not the best of 5, it's 3 maps on a compulsion. It's not the best of 3 also, rather. You've got to play 3 maps because what UGH has brought to the players over here is the points system. So each map will hold a point. So each team gets to retaliate even if they win. Even if they lose, rather, 2 maps in a row. Because we're looking at the larger picture over here. We want teams to come visit and rather go face to face on the land. So if we are going with the static best of 3, we know the top teams of the subcontinent, we know who's going to come up. So it'll just be the static lineup of the teams that we're looking at. So to give place to the underdogs, to give spot for the other teams to make their way into this qualifiers, we've come up with this 3 maps compulsory mandatory play onto the points basis. So there we go, classic picks coming in, but on a rather surprising note, Jorah is going to go with the Mountain and not Viper, because maybe are they looking at a yellow stairs push with the Monty? They've got the Capita win for the smokes, I get that, but why the Monty, knowing that NG will possibly go for a console office stay? Anywho, not really sure what is going on in the team's mind, but let's see how it plays out for them this time. classic hold coming in from the defenders for the admin push, potential admin push rather. Not sure how they're going to convert on it. Not sure if Mercenary is looking for that admin push, because it looks like they've got a Monty, they've got a Capital. I think it's going to be a pretty much of a rather yellow stairs push. Maybe they're going to rush in directly, give it a chance maybe, but no. Too many maybes is not good. I get it. I need to stop with the maybes. Hold on. Let me just shrug my shoulders over there. Let me just start commentating on what's going on. Anywho,
Attackers recovered.
there we go. The default cam's going off. With the IQ in play. I think IQ's been pretty much of one good pick over here with the vibe that the opponents would present with the ADSs, with a lot over here, because in a site like console office, you can just go below, go to the piano, see what's what, see how the setup is with the IQ herself and clear it out. And as I speak of the IQ, she's cutting off the rotations over here onto the long desk on the main hallway.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Eliminating any possible or rather potential flags. Good drone work, good push over here from Mountain and already onto the top of the yellow stairs.
Dropped the diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
It's a great Mira placement over there. Mira knows there's a Monty in front of her. She knows that the push is coming in from the yellow stairs, waiting for relaying the information to the team and converting on it. As you go, as I speak about it, the Mountain is already in on the side. And so is the Thermite taking down the castle. And Blank takes down one more. That's the Mira out of the play. And as I speak about it, the plant is going down behind the small desk of the side B. And it's not looking good over here for NG as Jaeger is left alone in a 1 versus 4 clutch situation. Will Jaeger be able to do it?
Defender is approaching a kill zone.
There you go. His positions given away. Not much he can do. Doesn't look like he's going to turn this into a win. There's a lot of misfire coming in, but gets the kill anyway onto the Thermite. It's not going to matter because a beat of the IQ rather puts down the Jaeger of Shadow. No flanker. UGH is just formed up recently. There's no prior engagements with any sorts of companies, any sort of tournament. So what you're looking at is the first whole full to UGH casters, UGH tournament, UGH admin team, UGH LAN event that you're looking at right now. So everything is totally fresh off the board. Nothing has happened before. This is the first tournament that UGH is hosting and wishes to host many more and keep their siege scene alive in this region of the community. And there we go, as we speak about it, that six pick actually coming out from the castle onto the smoke. Smoke's been proven pretty helpful. Pretty helpful on what we've seen in the previous matches against these two teams themselves. There we go, the classic rotations being made. Classic reinforcement, and rather we are not seeing castle play that we saw the last time because it did not work exactly in the favor of NG. So NG not going with the castle this time, they'll be running a smoke instead. Try and stop the diffuse plan going down with Monty standing as such a huge barrier for them to push in. With no proper C4s in hand, no proper, what do you say, advantage over the map. I think C4 has also become a huge gamble over there. That is exactly where the smoke comes into the play. So let's see how smoke works this time. And speaking of smokes, they've got the Capitao and the Monty as well at their disposal from Mercedes to smoke the site. And that won't be the toxic waves, of course. that will be for providing cover. Anyways, Mercenaries looking good. They've won 6-0, they've won 6-4.
Attackers have
They are
located a
now
bomb.
in advancement of what they were presenting before, and they are already with a 1-0 advantage. Just textbook drone work coming out from the Thermite, making sure the Montaigne can push unheathered, unchallenged, so that because we've got the Legion in play also, knowing that the Legion might do a lot of damage. Oh my god, that was such a brutal one tap onto the IQ from the Bandit. I am going to hear that one tap in my dreams for a few days in fact. That's a great play from Monty on evading that C4. Lovely play actually. There you go, looks at the wrong place, gets his head taken off by Sparko on the bug. There you go, looking good over here on the push of the yellow stairs. They know there's a smoke over here with the shotgun in his hand. And the toxic babes coming in. That's the Montaigne down. So that's the plant. Main person required for getting the plant down is down already. Thermite knows where the smoke is and takes him down immediately, punishing him for that wrong timing of the toxic babe. So 2 versus 2 now. Jaeger knowing where the Thermite is takes him down. 1 versus 1. Will the Jaeger clutch it? And no, he will not. Viper takes down with a lovely peek onto the Jaeger over there. Not Crescent, going down on the Jaeger. A small misplay coming in, not enough information of what's going on. Excuse me over there, I was just having a little water. Ah, my throat's gone a bit dry. Anywho, resuming to what we were seeing. And it's the same lineup. We've got the Capita, we've got the IQ, Bug, Thermite, Montaigne. So maybe a same push, knowing that the defense will possibly select the same side. But it doesn't really handle much of what they're looking at, because with the same lineup that they've got on attack, they could go for a garage push also. And knowing that NG cannot take chances, they will possibly not choose the new side that has been added. That is the visa office and the server room downstairs. So good lineup looking up from here, as it looks like, because that's been proven to be looking beautiful so far.
Seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds. You are so very ready. Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
There you go, excuse me over there, I was setting some things up. And I'm back. So what are we looking at here? Some drone work coming in from the attacker's side, and looks pretty good so far. They're just making sure that this is the setup that we are looking to push, or let's get the destruction going. Let's put it down and up a little bit. Maybe, not a maybe. There goes 2 kills actually from Mercenaries so early into the round. Knowing where they're playing, that's just great drone work coming in over there. That takes down the Jaeger and the smoke. So is this a run out? Yes, it is. And what a pre-placed claimer from Viper over there. Knowing there could be a potential run out. So we are looking at a 1 versus 4 rather, as I speak about it. Make that a 2 because Mrcz gets his revive done. So attackers were a little too sloppy on getting that kill secured.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
Looks pretty good over here from Mercenaries on what push they're exhibiting with 4v2, but that becomes a 2 versus 3 rather. So good kill on the Mortain from the Legion actually. There you go, the Bucks vertical gameplay is coming up, making it really tough for the Legion to stay in place. Oh my god, that was such a good kill onto the Maestro, leaving Legion onto 1 versus 3 situation. Will we look at a clutch? He's already got 2 kills down in this round. Will he is clutching? There you go, the drone knows where the Legion is. IQ's just playing the time over here, waiting for the Legion to push. And there you go, lovely pitch over there from the IQ and the Buck to keep that Legion in place just so Sparko could finish him off. So we were looking at a pretty good come up over there from Vinci. Maybe he could have clutched that. Maybe he would have aced it. And what am I looking at over here? Is that a clash we are seeing come into play as they move on to the garage and cafeteria for the defense, because it seems it's not just working in their favor at all. It's 0-3 already. Okay, that was just a little bait over there from the clash onto the smoke in the 6th pick from Shot FX. Yeah, are we looking at a 6-0? Again, is the real question, because we saw NG not doing so good on the initial rounds, but we've seen them pick up in the last match onto which we saw on the border. Yes, they did not win. Yes, it was too much for them to handle once Mercenaries put their best foot forward, but they did put up a great competition. Unlike what we saw in Coastline, because Coastline, no doubt, no dispute over there. Mercenaries were devastating. They were wreaking havoc onto NG. There was no window of a win over there looking from NG's point of view. So that is that, I guess. So Mercenaries is already going so strong on this map with 3-0. So NG is bringing in a little dynamic over here, pushing to the garage and cafeteria. But this side has been known to be the most, not versatile I would say, but rather static, because we know how to push this side. Players who've been in this community know how to push this side. It's just textbook work coming into play. Maybe a little more advancements from the attack side, but not much room for innovation on the defense, because that's how it's supposed to go. The casters are actually, let me just bring that into notice, because so many people even in the UGH qualifiers group have been so complicated, not knowing what's going on. The casting is done by Foxtrot.td, that will be me, and OG the Lores Chicken, who is not over at here at the moment because he has something personal to attend to. He was here for the last 2 maps that we saw Mercenaries go against Optimal Esports. The hosting though is done by Not Shaiko. Not Shaiko is totally responsible for how the hosting is going on, for all the lovely camera angles that you're looking at, and that top to down view, that top to bottom view, you know, that important timing on where to switch to where. So that lovely work is coming in from Shaiko. Apart from that, the hosting is done by Shaiko, the casting is done by Foxtrot and OG the Lores Chicken. Let's put that aside for now and move on to what's happening in the game, as a Weep is being pushed and pitched so hard. The Jaeger gets pitched down from the piano and is not looking good on the HP he had. With a quick reset, he's gone. He has the 50 HP down now. So really lovely over there. Not so much side control over here, but they've at least got the piano down, so that gives them so much vertical gameplay, so much. It's basically offering them a post-plan situation that can work out in their favors. As we speak about it, Jorah on his thermite is opening up the main garage, prepping his team, getting it all ready. to go for the plant. With 5 people alive on both the sides, not sure if this is going to be a bloodbath coming out from the mercenaries or from NG. And as I speak about it, Wincy takes down Sparko, and that's the IGL down. So that's going to be devastating. Knowing that the Monty in play, knowing there's someone else coming in behind from the Monty, the bandit is just going to go down. Just going to go back, I would say rather. There goes a flank coming in from the Jaeger over here, not knowing that they've already pushed back. The Viper takes down Mrcz, and Wincy takes down Viper again. That quick refrag is coming in so beautifully. Wincy takes down one more. Jora goes down. That's the termite of the Jora. Jaeger, not knowing where the plant is going down, tries to shoot, and there you go. Lovely play from NG. They shut down mercenaries so brutally. That was what a bloodbath coming in from the NG side. Lovely play over there. Nice work. Nice conversion in the last few seconds of the round. There we go. Can we just get that tab button down again? We want to see what fragging power these teams are offering. Because you look at the lineup, it's pretty basic, it's pretty standard. We want to see what this teams are offering with the fragging potential. And there you go. It's 6-3 to 6-4 from both the teams in the beginning of what they're showing us. So it's looking pretty good so far on both the sides on the terms of fragging potential, but mercenaries is just too well coordinated for NG that they're not able to cope up with. Unless, yeah, putting the last round, excluding the last round, because NG totally shut down mercenaries in the last round from the push they exhibited, from the plant that they were potentially supposed to let it go down, but that was really a stealthy plant over there that the Jaeger could not stop. And as I speak about it, we have some weeb stuff going on in the chat, guys. You know what they say about weebs. So I'm not gonna spell it out for you. I think I'm just gonna leave it out. And oh my god, is that a spawn peek from the dock of Mrcz? Just waiting for the right time to melee that window. Not letting the drones be aware that there's a spawn peek coming in. There you go, that little peek, knowing let's just not go too toxic on them. Let's just fall back. Preston is gonna go back and play a little more calculated with more intel. And as I speak about it, Wincy comes out and puts Sparko down, puts Sparko onto the spectating chair. There's no more play coming in from that buck, no more vertical gameplay, in fact. So they take down such a huge piece of the player of mercenaries. I think that's great going without losing any sort of HP. And even if they did, I think there's a dock that could just, you know, juice them up again. So good play coming in so far. They've taken down a good member of the mercenaries, and more than good, a necessary player out from the play. Foxtrot is hit. Yes, that would be right, Rich. Foxtrot goes by the name of hit in the real life. And as I'm speaking about it, Beat has already got the bathroom upstairs control, waiting for that Jaeger to make a wrong peek and get himself punished. And Viper takes down Wincy, and that would be the Legion down. So no more farming of those mines and stopping that mountain from a potential push. The castle is playing on a lovely position over there onto the beast side, making sure the Jaeger is not facing any disputes in that IQ pushing from over there from the bathroom. And as I speak about it, Jaeger punishes the IQ, takes her head off for making that wild peak. And that's a lovely refrag onto the player of shot over there. That puts them on a 3 versus 3. Maestro, knowing that the plant is going down with his camps enabled, just waiting And maybe the waiting is not working too well on them. Viper takes down Rexter, and that's the important person down. And as I speak this, it's a 1 versus 3 with the plant going down. Or maybe not because of the Maestro. Oh my god. What a lovely flick over there from Jora. Maestro does a lovely work with his cam, stopping the Mountain from planting. And gets his kill onto Jora. That flick over there from Thermite. Wow, that was lovely. Was fast, that was lovely, that was necessary because he would have taken out the Thermite. There would be no one to watch the Mountain go for the plant again, and Mountain go on such low HP. I guess he was left on 5 HP over there in the end. He would have gone down just by a few Maestro charges. What are we looking at over here? Okay, we've seen a dog come out, but we are also going to see a rook come out instead of the castle, maybe from B. As we go into the shifting of the sides, mercenaries will go into the defense, and NG will proceed to the attack, marking the 5-round finish.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
There you go, little sweaters over there for every defender available from that rook. Thank you, Papa Rook. Thank you.
10 seconds remaining.
And there you go, classic setup over here from
5 seconds to go.
Jora, stopping, or no, rather making sure that the admin push is stalled out with that reinforcement, so the attackers can't hold sites later. And as you see, Black is coming out with such a toxic spawn peek. And the mercenary squad, or rather the enemy squad, is just about to kill. And what a kill over there from not Crescent onto Viper. Such a lovely kill. Not a headshot, but still a great conversion because they were 5 versus 4, and that puts them on a 4 versus 4 again. With the Jaeger out from play and the Ash out, I would say Mercenary is at a better advantage than Nether Gaming. Ash is providing such a good fracking potential, and at this level of play with such good players that they've got on board, Ash would be pretty devastating. And there you go, Vinci with the Twitch plays takes out Blank, and that takes down the dog. So we have Vinci struggling to stay alive on such a low HP, trying to go 1v1 against the Rook and just not converting it. There you go, Shadow Ash taking down Sparko onto a possible run out, I guess. Glass is just going wreaking havoc onto the Maestro. Maestro, not knowing how to play this properly, gets his health taken off. And we are looking at 20 HP starting in from the Maestro. And the Twitch is probably, I guess that's a reset. The Twitch is going, yes, that's a reset. So Twitch gets reset, she's back to 50 HP, up and running. And the Glass, did the Glass just take out a pistol headshot? And oh my god, shot missing, not missing his shots, rather Jora missing his shots on the shot and getting punished for it. There we go, that round goes to Nether Gaming in fact, and what a lovely takeover there, 4-2. Alright, as we see, we are only 2 rounds away from an equalizer And as are we 1 round away from a match point and a possible 2 rounds away from a potential win of the third map, also from Mercenaries. So, what do you think, chat? Who's going to take this away? Do you think NG is going to step up and maybe equalize it on 4-4, or they are going to let Mercenaries slide through and secure the win on Consulate also?
Defenders, protect your bombs from being delivered by attackers. Bombs located by attackers.
There you go, the classic setup from you coming up over here to make sure that they jam any or all drones that will be coming in to relay the information back to their teammates. So that's a huge thumbs down for the attacking team, since the mute is being set up so perfect over here with all the jammers perfectly placed, targeted for the information relay to go down on the attacking team. Anyway, what are we looking at from the attack lineup over here? We have a classic Thermite, we have a Twitch, a Glass, which was so powerful in the last round, and an Ash and an IQ also. I think the IQ was more of a fail-safe choose over relaying information on what things are, how on the side, and also maybe possibly taking out any Valkyrie plays or some other gadget plays. There you go, that early push coming in through the Visa from the Twitch. From the Ash rather, will take out Viper on the Vigil, who was in the aggressive roam over there onto the Visa stairs. What an early kill onto the Vigil from the Ash, and Ash has got a chance over this time to prove what she was trying to play, because last time she got killed, and as I speak about it, she gets taken down again. And the quick refract from Not Present onto Jora. Man, Not Present is just dominating on what he's bringing into the team that he has. Helping him take out the bandit batteries, making things easier for the Thermite. And as you go, the information gets relayed. Come on, Thermite, just get the garage open. I've got the bandit batteries down. And so that will be done by the Thermite. Sparko is still playing pretty aggressive on the main lobby over here. Close to Visa, close to the round table where the Twitch was playing. So what are we looking at over here? The Twitch, and there you go. Twitch takes down the mute of Beat, not knowing. There was just a lack of information for the mute that there's a Twitch held down at the piano. Oh my god, would you look at that? That claymore. That was such a misplay from Sparkle. And as I speak of misplay, Shot also exhibits a little bit of a misplay coming in, knowing there might be someone from behind the white van, not going in for the pre-fire maybe.
Bomb has been located.
Glass is just going to take his position, as the Maestro will have to clutch it 1 versus 3 on very low HP, not looking so much into his favor as the attackers have so much in their favor. But no, as I say that, he takes down a Twitch of Vinci, so much power down, 1 versus 2, could not take out 0%, and that secures the round for NG. So as I speak about it, NG is slowly moving ahead. So they exhibited the same pace, they exhibited the same potential in the last map, but they just could not convert it in the last few minutes. Like, they just could not convert it in the last few rounds rather. So we are looking at 1 round away from the match point, and also 1 round away from the equalizer. There you go, the Dark 6 picking into the alibi, or maybe something else, because the ACOG isn't really working on the favor they need. But no, they're just going to go with the Maestro and go for the classic plan denial and the ACOG that's been
Attackers
given
need to
at his
locate and
disposal.
defuse as many bombs as they can.
So we've still got how many over here? Actually, only one ACOG into play from the defense, with holding long angles is necessary once that thermal wall is open. So maybe we might not look at a roam heavy plan coming up from Mercenaries this time, because Sparko is needed over there. Sparko is needed to make the bandit happen. And with the Mira in play, maybe we're looking at a different meta of a push from NG, because they cannot just rush on their side, exposing their bodies, exposing their heads to that one powerful window of the Mira.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
No Vanta Black Gaming, that's not how it goes. Let me just clarify on how this works. Since Mercenaries let's just say Mercenaries wins this and has such a huge advantage over the points table, OE will still not be considered disqualified, because there are 24 teams that will be selected from the online qualifiers, and that's a huge number, trust me. So in case there's some other team that could not make it to land, in case there is a points there is a forfeit coming in from some other team,
Located by attackers.
OE can still get their chance coming onto the land. So no team is really disqualified over here, because you can just visit the UGS Discord once, and even the teams that go down over here will move on to the relegations of the UGS. So we've put everything so player oriented at the players'
Attackers dropped the
comfortability, that not only the huge teams benefit from,
Attackers
but
recovered the diffuser.
you know, looking out for the small guy also. So once visit the Discord, read on to what we've posted over there onto the UGH's official Discord, you'll get a better insight of what we are looking at. And as we are down with the prep talk over there, with the Vanta Black game, rather, we've good kills coming on from Blank onto Vinci. That's a good fragger versus fragger fight, which takes down the Twitch. So we are not looking at Mira disables any time from now.
Attackers dropped the bomb diffuser.
Sparko, what a lovely headshot onto the IQ rather. And there you go. It's a 1v5 out of nowhere with the plan going down. Shot is just not caring about what situation he's into. He's just like, okay, I'm just gonna stick this plan down. I don't care what happens after this. Oh my god, that was so toxic.
Defender has been
5 versus 1 onto the shot
left the designated staging area.
and gets taken down. And Mercenaries win this, proceed to match point with a score of 5-3. There you go. I guess the IQ running on the side of NG is going to prove better this time with the Valk in play. So let's just hope the IQ does her job and spots the Valkyrie as early as she can. With that, you're looking at a rather unusual pick from Nether Gaming with not Crescent on the finger. Maybe they're just trying to use that LMG. Not sure what the setup or what the loadout of the Pinka is, but he's been pretty devastating with the glass. I think you should have stuck to that, but let's just see what NG has to offer this time, because it's just not working out for them, no matter how much they're trying to push and make this win come off. So let's see what we're looking at over here. Not sure if we would really want NG into experimenting with whatever operators that they've got at their disposal. Anywho, basic lineup from over here, while just running out, or maybe not running out, just placing a few camps, making sure there's no, early frags coming in from the attack side with the pre-fires that they'll present. And as I speak about it, I think it's the Sparko Jaeger taking out a little HP of the Finca so early into the round. There you go. That, like I said, these guys are just going face to face in the fight connection that they've got. Quincy coming against the blank. So it's either one of them that got to win. I mean, it's just not a good chance what the situation presents them with. That Adreno surge is just going to help and decrease the recoil whatsoever, and also decrease the ADS time of the attackers, making it easier to win gunfights, as that is what they were engaged in a few seconds ago. Oh my god, Beat playing so close to Zofia, gets his health taken off, and will just juice it up a little bit while he's playing safe over here. And a little misplay over there from the concussion grenade onto the Zofia will concuss herself and will result in the death of the Zofia over there. Rexter tanks early, and there you go, looking good for the attack team so far. They take down Beat, they take down the Wild Dog and the Castle, leaving only the Maestro and the Jaeger alive. Jaeger's offering lovely frag power, and Maestro lovely plant denial. They could still win this with the positions that they're playing in, but it looks hard as it's a 4 versus 2. We've seen Mercenaries pull this off before, and there you go. As I speak about it, Jaeger takes down such an easy kill onto the prone IQ over there. And as I speak, plant goes down, but it's denied from Jora, and like I said, that brings them on a 2 versus 2 again, with the diffuser down, and as I speak, 1 versus 2 again. Not sure where the Jaeger is, but takes down the Thermite anyway. And Jaeger's just got to play it slow right now, because they know where the diffuser was left. They haven't reached the 30-second mark. They don't need to push really, but the plant's going down and the Jaeger doesn't know it. Will it be too late by the time he pushes? And no, he creates just enough distraction for the Twitch to go off the plant. That was such a lovely play actually from the Jaeger.
Attackers activating
Diffuser down, 1 versus 1. And we are looking at so low health, both of them. Oh my god, would you look at that clutch coming in from Sparko, turning a 2 versus 2 into a 1 versus 1, and then securing the win, the map win rather, for Mercenaries. That was total domination for Mercenaries that we saw today. It went 6-0, 6-4, and let me just have a look at it. I don't exactly 6-3 rather. 6-0, 6-4, 6-3. Lovely win over there from Mercenaries. Gets all the map points into their favor for the UGH online qualifiers against such a lovely team of Nether Gaming. So as we sign out, we'd like to thank the sponsors once again. Thank you India Joy, thank you Playmax Interactive, and thank you Logitech for making this lovely UGH Rainbow Six Siege event happen in this part of the subcontinent. With that, we'll just close the stream. Tune in again, guys, for another match tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye bye.